What's going on, guys? Revline89 here. So kind of want to address something a little bit. I've been a Chevy guy all my life, and I decided that I was going to do up a Ford Mustang. When I decided that, I wanted to do something unique that's not really done. A couple guys have done it, but you don't technically, or typically I mean, see this style done. And now that my Mustang's been shared on the Mustang community and getting a lot of attention lately with some of my videos, it has come to my attention that some people have called my Mustang RICER. Now, when you start getting attention with your vehicle with mods and customization, people start to make stuff up, say a lot of rude things. So far, luckily for the car, overwhelming feedback has been mostly positive. I would say it's 8 to 2, excuse me. 8 positive feedback to 2 negative feedback. And my recent Mako video has like 70 likes and 20 dislikes, something like that. And it's come to my attention that people lack a little bit of knowledge. They don't understand what I'm doing with this Mustang build, so I decided to make this video explaining what I'm doing with this Mustang build. So I wanted to do something different, and so I went ahead and I've done it. Now I'm going to pull it out into the daylight so you guys can see better, and I'm going to go over stuff better. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is my 2008 Ford Mustang, and a lot of people have been, well, I won't say a lot, but a few people have said RICER, RICER, RICER. So I wanted to address just a couple things with it. You guys might see the wire hanging down there. I'm actually working on installing a custom light kit, so I just have it mounted there for now. So the theme is black and gold, and I'll tell you why in a minute I went with black and gold theme. And every item on here was for a reason. I gotta put a screw in here. You guys can hear it vibrating from the exhaust. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn on the headlights. So what you guys might fail to understand is this is a 60s to 70s Mustang throwback. So this is a 2008 Ford Mustang, but I'm designing it and building it based on the 60s and 70s Mustang. Some of you guys might be familiar, or you might not be familiar, with the 1966 Mustang Hertz. Weren't many made. It was a black and gold Mustang. And in the 60s, the side scoops and side louvers became a big popular thing. I've had most people that call it RICER say because I have these side scoops on and these on and the rear window louvers that it makes it look like a RICER. Honestly, that's, you know, to each their own. But these side scoops, these and these were made popular in the 60s and 70s. Same with rear window louvers. More so in the 70s for the rear window louver Mustangs. Now the tires. I'd like to go over the tires a little bit. These are American Muscle solid chrome motorsports bullet wheels. In 2008 they made a Mustang Bullet. If you guys are familiar with the Bullet, in the 60s, I believe it was 1966, they made a movie called Bullet, which featured a 1966 Mustang with side scoops and bullet wheels. In 2008 they redid that. I'm not sure if they made another Bullet before that or not, but in 2008 they made a bullet rim for the new 2008 Bullet Mustang. So those rims are based off of the Bullet Mustang from 2008. But I went with the chrome style because I like chrome. The chrome front grille on video doesn't look as good as in person, but I put the chrome grills because it really sets it off. It really pops, especially when the sun is shining, and it draws attention to the car. The hood is completely functional, so cold air gets pulled in the center when you're moving and cools my cold air intake system. My cold air intake is right, let me zoom out here, it's right about here. So cold air gets pulled in through about right up in here, and that helps cool my air intake in the engine. These are functioning heat extraction vents, so the heat comes from the engine and gets taken out from here. So it's a functional hood. I added the horses just for a special unique touch. Same with the window decals. I decided to add this lower lip because this made famous also in the 60s and 70s Mustangs, especially the 1976 Mustang Cobra 2. So I wanted to go with, you know, make it a little more stance style, add a little bit of flair to it. Of course, in the 70s, the side racing stripe was very popular for the 70s Mustangs, so I decided to go with a side stripe. Now, when I bought this Mustang, not new, but when I bought it for the first time, it had a stripe already on it. I just redid the stripe, another stripe. And of course, I went with the smoke theme. I believe this was the GT wing. But as you can see in the photos, this wing, similar style wing, was on the 60s and 70s Mustang. So I decided to keep this wing on. I went with quad tips because it's unique, something that you don't see on many vehicles these days. So I went with quad tips, angled out a little bit. So there's just a little bit of reasoning behind the project and the build and what I'm doing. Some of you guys will appreciate it, some of you guys won't. But now that you guys have a little bit of knowledge and history on the Mustang, maybe you guys can understand what I'm doing. Now again, this video is really no big deal. I decided to do this video just for those handful of people that all they did was say RICER, and then you know, it's mainly on my Mako video. They're like RICER, or why do a V6? And I have videos on why I'm doing a V6 and not a V8. But this video is basically for those who have said a RICER. And 9 out of 10 of those people that I've asked, what do you mean, why do you think it's a RICER? It's because the side scoops. So there you go. I guess if this is a RICER Mustang, then the 60s and 70s Mustangs were borderline RICER then. But to me, I love it. It's unique. You don't see it every day, and that's why I'm building this. Now, I'll go over the V6 a little bit. Why I'm doing a V6 is very simple. I've done a lot of V8 Chevys. The V6, obviously it's cheaper with insurance. The V6 gets a little better fuel mileage. It's not too big of a deal. But the 4.0 V6 is no longer made. And this is one reason why I went with the Ford Mustang V6 4.0, because they no longer make it. I want to say 2010 was the last year they made the 4.0 V6. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe it was 2010. I know in 2010 I've seen some 3.7s because that's the newer motor they went to. Now they went with 3.7 because you can get more horsepower and torque out of it. This Mustang stock is only 210 horsepower. That's why a lot of guys say, oh man, what are you doing? Well, the goal is 400 to 600 horsepower out of this. We're already pushing about 250 right now. That's conservatively to the wheels. So I've had my monitor on and we've reached 275 horsepower, but every monitor and every dyno is a little differently, so I'm just going to go with 250 to be safe. I don't want to say a number and have it be off. So we're pushing about 250. That's 40 extra from horsepower. Torque definitely a lot higher. A lot of future things will be done with it, like supercharged and stuff, but that's way down the road. This is gonna be a slow build, and I hope you guys follow and subscribe and follow the build. I can't wait to see what happens next, but hopefully some of you guys that don't know your knowledge, you now know a little bit about the 1966 Hertz Mustang. Check it up. I'm having photos after this video, or maybe while this video is recording. Probably why I'm recording, you've seen the photos already of just different ideas I've taken. I've taken ideas from the 60s and 70s and kind of customized it into my own unique Mustang, one that you don't see every day, and that's why I'm doing it, because that's just who I am. I am somebody who I like to do uniqueness, and thank you guys for watching. Couple cool unique features. We got the rear taillights that turn in sequence order, and a couple other cool things done.